Hey guys, how's it going? Feel a little bit better today. Of course, that's about a day and a half of getting some sinus meds in me, and been taking medicine. I tore the 2511 back apart, and I jerked my OEM lower end back out because I'm not paying the price. Buying the OEM clutch and the little bits and pieces I need, I would have as much into that saw as what I paid for the saw. So that's not an option right now, and there was nothing used on eBay. And I hadn't heard. I reached out to a bunch of different people, and I haven't heard back. And I'm like, well, screw it. I've got the Chinese lower end that all my parts will fit. So I wanted to show you guys. Oh, that's blurry. Can you see the thread difference where the clutch won't go on? And part of the reason I wanted to use this high quality OEM one is because this lower end feels kind of janky. The rod feels chintzy, and I mean you can just hear it. You know, you can hear the, you know. You can just hear the chintziness in this China one. But I carved out the cases, and you know, to go on with the chintziness there. Look at that. That's a low spot casting right into the crank that they machined it all and let it go anyway. Echo would have never let that go. But I'm hoping I can run my OEM piston and needle cage and all that stuff. It seems to fit. So I haven't checked the squish yet, but well, I want to run the Echo wristband too, because I'll show you. So tiny. Look how fat that Chinese one is. Here's the Japanese one. There's a huge weight savings right there, and this is way better steel. So yeah, just the way the really wish I could have ran this freaking crankshaft, but screw it. We'll throw this piston, the OEM piston that's been modified, in this. We'll put what little bit of goofing off I did with it. Don't look like it hurt anything in there. So we'll put it all back together as the China stuff, but with OEM piston, and we'll see how long she holds up. Another thing is that's the factory holes for the OEM ones that hold the motor in, and the China ones got great big ones. I'm assuming they must have had to change a few things around, probably to bypass the patent infringement or something. And this is the not so good intake. I will be gooping it this time. I think it was leaking a little bit, but yeah. So yep, I'll probably seed this into the retest run video because it's pretty short, but I'm gonna call it quits here. Alrighty guys, I like showing you problems and stuff on clones and stuff because I don't care what brand of clone you get, they're all subpar compared to OEM. I really don't care. It doesn't matter. Every brand I've had my hands on, including this V Modest, which is actually, a lot of it feels pretty decent. But remember how I was complaining about the air filter? It's just sitting on there. I mean, it doesn't click like it's supposed to. And see this piece? This is supposed to tuck up inside of here. Well, look at these gaps that they got cut out here. That's as tight as it'll fit on there. Let me try to zoom you in here. This air filter is not even functionable. See right here? That's that sheet metal piece that leads right into the throat of the carburetor. This is just a zip tie. Now look at this. I can get right into the throat of that carburetor. Look at the gap that's here. That is a solid gap right there that will pull sawdust through. And I don't know if I can get it on the other side, but it is on the other side as well. TW, check yours out, see if yours is that way too. That is absolutely air filter is a pretty crucial component. So I think what I'm going to try to do is I think I got some foam. I think I got a piece of foam, 3M sticky sided foam or whatever. I might cut out a piece of foam in there to raise this up that I can push that onto or something. I don't know. At this point, giving it a little velocity stack right through the back of the air filter with a pod on it would do better than this thing. This is... I can't make this stuff up. There's no way for me to fake that either. What to do it in a zip tie. Can you guys see what I'm talking about? That's that sheet metal piece. Look at the gap between the air filter and the carburetor. And then, let me pause you and zoom you out. Alright, that's the only way I can zoom the camera in and out that I've found. When I was putting the motor back together, the bolt stripped out for the cylinder head. So to get that back out, I just beat a Torx bit in it and spun it out. I actually put OEM bolts to hold the cylinder down on this, and I'd say all the hardware on this thing's probably grade 2, grade 3, somewhere in there. I've tried American and metrics in the bolts, and it's like they're in between. That even the correct Allen wrenches fit a little sloppy. It's crazy the quality control that China offers. These are the other 3 OEM bolts that I'm not, or all the China bolts that I'm not putting back in. But yep. I mean, this is retarded. To fix this, you would have to buy the metal piece from Echo and an Echo air cleaner, and I might just go do that if they're not too expensive. This is straight up ridiculous. You can't. This is where the bolts are rubbing on, and you can't get it to snug this down any farther. Now, that might be an option too. Maybe I'll pull that sheet metal piece off and braze a extended tube on it or something. Maybe I'll do that. I think I got some tubing that size. If not, I can turn something down on the lathe maybe. But I'm going to get this thing back together and running first. Alrighty guys, I went out. I made this bar fit. Had this sitting around. Had to drill a hole to adapt that steel bar. Got a bar and chain on it. Wanted to run it. Thought I had the camera rolling for the test runs or whatever, but it didn't. Must be I didn't push it right. Anyway, it started acting up, and the ignition was breaking all up, and it just up and quit. And this Chinesium plug, I think, was the culprit, because I couldn't find these numbers down anywhere at the local farm store. And I looked in their Husqvarna section, and they had these on clearance. They had 9 of them. I bought them all. It was the same physical size as that plug, so that's what I stuffed in it. And I just topped it all back off. Seems to be running. So I'm going to go out and make a test cut video. Alrighty, got it recording. See if she'll start up. See there, my oil hole plugged up, chain's all dry. Oh, she's out of bar oil. I only put a half a tank of bar oil in it. I think I've got that chain just a little bit too tight. Carburetor's a little finicky on it, but how much fuel did we use? I topped it right off before coming out of the garage, so she's hot. The gas is boiling. Might be why I'm having such a hard time tuning it. Gas is just a boiling away. But it's got about a quarter tank left in there. So all that cutting and running on video is 3/4 of a tank of fuel. This shit's hard, especially when you get into the little knotty things. The clutch, the little motor's making more power than the clutch wants to hold. I don't know if that'll seat in and get better, or maybe if we throw an OEM clutch drum on it. That was dead center. It's not no more. My muffler come loose. Let's check this. Look at all the sawdust that got in there. She's ingesting it. See if it'll restart. Look how fast that chain is. Definitely too tight. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, topped it off with fuel again and oil, and I got the chain spinning like it should now. So I don't know. It ain't too bad. Let me know what you guys think.